Good.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Afternoon Market Action. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. And normally we have Patrick France, but he is on vacation spending time with his family. So we're going to miss him, but the show must come on or still go on. I'm going to let you know, just please pardon me for a second because I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I've got a little case of pancreatitis going on. But we're gonna go make this through. So if you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. All right. So I see that Roger says Happy Thanksgiving. That's right. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving Eve. And bacon will fix it, Glenn. Not right. Not today. Not today. I wish. Man, excuse me. I wish, but bacon is not the cure for this. Not today. There you go. Thank you, Ramon. Hang in there, Glenn, loud and clear. So, yeah, it's going to be a good. Happy Mugsgiving. Really, 5 Mile? No mugs today. No mugs today. We should do a mug today. Joey, should we do a mug today for Thanksgiving? All right, we're gonna do a mug today. I'll let you know what word to type in. Where's my mug? Says fun. What mug? What mug? Sigh. If you win a mug, we always make sure we take care of it. So I think we'll give away a mug today. I think we'll give away a mug. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate it. All right. So let's get into it. Here we go. And now put me on to my next screen because this is what the Fed minutes just came in. I just came in. Fed officials see smaller rate hikes coming soon. The minutes show. Let's click on it. And that's going to be a big mover of the market to the upside, folks. That's going to be a big mover to the upside. Fed officials see smaller rate hikes coming soon. Minutes show. Federal Reserve officials earlier this month agreed that smaller interest rate increases should happen soon as they evaluate the impact policy is having on the economy. And, the Fed chairman said that it was going to cause some pain. And it has, and I think people are responding to that, reflecting statements that multiple officials have made over the past several weeks. The meeting summary pointed to small rate hikes are coming. Markets widely expect the rate-setting Federal Open Market, the FOMC, to step down to 50 basis point increase in December, following 4 straight 75 basis points. All right, let's talk about this. How many of you agree with this? Type of 1. How many of you don't agree with this? Type of 2. Let's do that. Let's start off there. How many of you agree with this? Type of 1. How many of you do not agree with this? Type A2. Good to see. I've got James here from Seoul, Korea. I've been to Seoul. I've been to Pohang, South Korea. A lot of people agree with this. Wow. A lot of people, more people agree with this than I thought would agree with this. All right, so very interesting, very interesting. I am of the mindset that I do not agree with this, but I understand on the other side of the fence that the economy is shrinking, and it is shrinking, that the interest rates are shrinking the economy, that we have peaked on inflation. But if they start pulling back, does inflation still keep moving or does it still keep running rampant? We'll see. You've never been to South Texas, says Fernando. I've been to South Texas. What's in South Texas? Give me a city in South Texas. I've been all over Texas. Give me a city in South Texas, and I'll tell you if I've ever been there or not.
Galveston.
Galveston? Nope, I've never been there. What else? Since you want to jump up. McAllen? I ain't never been there. Nah, it's transitory, homie. Don't worry. Don't start with that 5 Mile. I'm not going down that path today. I'm not going down that path. That's not South Texas, says Fernando. Somebody give me a place in South Texas. So just a little bit of response is sure that there's a lot. Though hinting that smaller rates are ahead, officials said that they still see little signs of inflation abating. So does this become a mixed story? If they listened to Fed Governor Glenn, they would have done 100 basis points. Glenn, you have not been to Boston. It's too cold. I've been to Boston. I have. San Antonio is in South Texas. I've been to San Antonio. Harlingen. I ain't never been there either. All right, so maybe I haven't been to South Texas. But this is a telling sign right here. Signs of inflation, still see little signs of inflation abating. However, some committee members expressed concerns about the risk to the financial system should the Fed continue to press forward at the same aggressive pace. I showed a graph of the rate hikes, and this is the steepest, fastest move in rate hikes in a lot of years. The Fed has always raised rates to stem off inflation, but this was the fastest, most aggressive move on in raising interest rates in quite some time. So interesting. Key word is however. I see that too, Ramon. In almost 50 years, says 5 Mile. Excuse me. It's the pain. I get through it. I had some Jello. I'm on a liquid diet right now to keep myself from going into the hospital. Hi. So just bear with me. Interesting. I think that this is two-faced, for the lack of a better word. Hitting the smaller moves, however, some committee members expressed concerns of the risk. A substantial majority of participants judged that a slowing in the pace of increase would likely soon be appropriate. I'm wondering when soon is. All right. I wonder where soon is. 5 Mile says unemployment rate rose finally. That could lead to the Fed to relax. Well, the Fed was looking to cut down on the job market. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweet out almost every day all of the companies that are laying off people, which is coming more into the fold of a recession because unemployment is still low. In a recession, unemployment would tend to be a lot higher than what it is right now. The summary noted that a few members indicated slowing the pace of increase could reduce the risk of instability in the financial system. Others said they'd like to wait to ease up on the pace. Officials said that they see the balance of risk on the economy now skewered to the downside. So with all of this is the minutes, right? To give an idea of what the Fed is going to do at the next interest rate increase. So a lot of stuff in here. Markets expect few more rate hikes in 2023, taking the funds rate to around 5. I think the terminal rate needs to be somewhere between 5 and 7%, and then possibly some reductions before the year end. So even though the minutes have come out, there's a mixture of yes, I want to pull back, but no, because it's not having a full effect on inflation right now. So this is what we're going to do today. I've got some news stories. I think that if we look at the market, and I'm going to do that now, I'm going to go straight to the market. I wanted to see if by way of this news, did the market take off? Let's go to the stock market. Let's go to the market timing. Intraday 1 minute bars. The news came out at 2. The minutes came out at 2 o'clock. You can see a big jump in the market as you would anticipate that it would. I think that this does give all the way from 9:30. Here's the 9:30 minute. Look at the roller coaster ride we've had today, folks. All right, look at the roller coaster ride we've had today. The big news with the minutes jumped the market to the session highs. I just wanted to see how that worked out so far, and there we are. All right, now let's talk about prior to the minutes. What are the news I had for you today? Global economy slows, but seems to be faring better than feared. That is stemming the bulls to push the market higher. Fred Waller says he's open to a half-point rate hike at the December meeting. Again, this was before the minutes came out. Another one, Fed Chair Brainard says it may soon be appropriate to move to a slower pace of rate hikes. So all of this feeding into the Fed minutes is giving more sustainability to the market to move a little higher. The bulls haven't let up. The bears are still, am I a bear in the market? Listen, I'm a market guy. I want to play what the market gives me. But if I look at the overall picture, does the Fed do this, or is this what everybody's saying? It's up to the Fed. It's up to the Fed. Can't fight the Fed, and the Fed's going to do what the Fed's going to do. So all of this is scuttlebutt, like we say in the Marine Corps. It's all news. Thank you, Fernando. It's all news. The Fed is going to do what the Fed is going to do, and we're going to see. 5 Miles says 7 is way too high for the Fed funds rate. They said smaller rate hikes coming, and the market jumped up in 2 minutes. Richard says, if you trust the Feds, I have a bridge in New York at a very reasonable price. I'll sell you. I want to buy the Kosciuszko Bridge, Richard. Can you sell that to me? I want to buy the Kosciuszko Bridge. You know I'm from New York. We are in disinflationary period. The Fed will pause after the December meeting, sending stocks to the moon until deflation takes place in quarter one or quarter two. Thank you, Dan. James says, Corpus Christi. I've been to Corpus Christi. There's a Marine Corps base there. I've been to Corpus Christi. They've never stopped raising rates until inflation falls below the Fed rate. That's another reason I'm with you, Randy. I don't think that Jerome Powell stops or slows down yet. I don't think so. So I'm with you, Randy, and I don't think a lot of people in the room are with us. But I think that I think that we still got a ways to go. But all of this is behind the scenes what people think the Fed's going to do, what the Fed's going to do, right? Hey, real quick, if you haven't already, share this live link on your social circles. Let's get more people in the room. All right, share. This is important news. And today I am going to give you a bevy of stocks to take advantage of, because it looks like the bulls don't want to give up. It looks like the news behind the market is definitely saying, hey, let's push forward. Let's go higher. So I'm going to give you a lot of good opportunities of stocks to take a look at. All right, Corpus Christi, where I grew up, beaches and surfing. Yeah, I like Corpus Christi. At S&P 3,200, they'll stop hiking. All right. Again, a lot of this is what we're saying. All that really matters, folks, is what the Fed does. Everybody understands that, right? Type of 1 in the room if you understand that. We can talk till we're blue in the face. And for me, that's a little bit more difficult than many of you. But we, no matter what we say, it's up to the Fed. What the Fed does is what happens, folks. So we can talk and we can speculate, and all of the Fed people can talk and all of that. It all comes down to the Fed, folks. It all comes down to the Fed. So another story, talking about jobless claims. Jobless claims rise but stay near pre-pandemic lows. Again, for the market, for the Fed to really start to pull back, they've got to see a lot more unemployment happening. Glenn, come up ice fishing. I'll show you blue. I ain't getting blue. Listen, I might turn a little purple, but I ain't turning blue. Joey might turn a little blue. I ain't turning too much blue. And I'm really seriously thinking about wanting to do that. Joey, would you want to go up to like Minnesota and do some ice fishing with Dave?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we might have to make that happen, Dave. We might have to.
Little huts.
Yeah, he's got it. It's a shanty. If you're gonna say it, use the right terminology, bro.
I didn't know you knew what it was.
What do you think?
I thought I was gonna confuse you.
No, it's I'm gonna punch you. You're not even here. It's a shanty.
I don't want to confuse you.
And I've seen Dave's shanty. It's like it's fire. It's awesome.
Got a TV in it?
I don't know if he's got TV in it. You got to run electricity.
Who's going there?
Dude, David, me and Joey might really have to think about that. All right. Joel says, I like what you said in the color guard earlier this week. Save your big money for a better entry. With RT still under 1, I'm not convinced even with the confirmed up today. For those of you who are subscribers to the VectorVest software, we give you daily guidance. This is my week to give it. So thank you for that, Joel. I appreciate it. Ramon says a road trip. We might really have to do this. Dave, we will have ice fishing up on Lake. I'm not saying that. In New Hampshire real soon. Dave, I have been on Lake Minnetonka. I can say that one. Why did Jeremy Siegel about a week ago say the Fed is using the wrong info? I don't know who Jeremy Siegel is. Who's Jeremy Siegel? I don't know who he is. And I don't, the wrong inflation measure. I'm not sure what the story was, Joel, but until I can take a look at it, I can't answer the question. I can't answer the question. The article didn't specify what he wanted as a measure. Wharton finance professor. Thank you for that, Joel. If I can find the story on that, I can try to look into that for you. All right. All right, let's go to the next story. Oh, excuse me. Wholesale prices rose 0.2% in October, which was less than expected. As again, story says, as inflation eases, your natural gas play seems to be on the rise. I listen. Natural gas and oil have been tough plays, but I've told you just keep with the cold season coming in. It just on paper those plays. I got back into Boyle a couple of days ago, and actually it's paying off for me. Morgan Stanley's Mike Wilson said the bear market rally will continue for the next 2 months before the markets consolidate ahead of the transition back to bull territory. Gotcha. Housing starts are flat, about average at the moment, holding strong on the face of higher interest rates. Do you think recent weakness in interest rates will increase housing starts? Only if, I'm not going to look at housing starts to start getting more active until the mortgage rates drop. Housing starts are kind of jacked up because nobody wants to pay 6% mortgage rate on a house. That's what's affecting that, Dan. That's what's affecting that. And my last story, U.S. short-term inflation expectations retreat, boosting sentiment. So I've come to the realization that this is a trader's market. How many of you agree with that? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you agree that this is a trader's market? How many of you are long-term starting to turn around, pivot to at least mid-term bullish, type of 2? How many of you are at least starting to pivot based on everything that you see here, that the market at least mid-term, not even short-term anymore, but mid-term, bullish, type of 2? A couple got up 1, 2, all right, 2 2s. I am still of the mindset with the high volatility in the market, we're still going to be susceptible to big swings throughout the day, whether up or down. All right, so until that changes, I don't think we can get midterm up signal, and even looking at the VectorVest system, talking about the color guard report tonight, I'm looking at a green light buyer kicking in. I'm looking at the confirmed call kicking in. We already have the DEW kicked in. So I'm not sure that I'm ready yet to call this a midterm uptrend or so. But I can't fight the tape. All right. So because of the sentiment being boosted due to, inflation pulling back a little bit, I am of the mindset that this is more of a trader's market, and we're going to aggressively go after that from that perspective. When markets are good, growth stocks go up. When markets are not so good, value stocks go up. But if the sentiment is turning more so to the bullish side, if the Fed people are talking about it's time to cut back on interest rates, the news is out there perpetuating that. The market is giving us the opportunity to make money to the upside, then I'm going to look at some of those types of stocks. Let's go to the viewers tab. Here's our watch list viewer for afternoon market. Let's go look at what's going on from the market's perspective. We just looked at the graph. Let's look at all of the indices are up. The biggest mover right now is the Qs, up about 0.9%. Normally, Patrick's picture would be down there, but because it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, we put a turkey there. But all of the major indices are up. Now, the big thing is with the minutes coming out the way that they have, the volume's not there. All right, it's a lightly volume traded day. What's the last one? The last one is our composite. It's got the lowest volume, but compared to previous days' volume, we're not heavily volumated. That's a Glennism. David, you're here. That's a good word that I want. Volumated. We're not heavily volumated today. So the volume low because it's a holiday week. Absolutely. So I'm throwing that into the mix. As we move over, so we're up. We're not, and I was thinking that if the news came out the way that it did, that the market would have boomed straight up. And it did that for a quick little minute, didn't it? That's the 2 o'clock hour right there when the minutes came out, right there. We boomed up. But look at that. We're pulling back a little bit off of the session high that happened after the meeting minutes. All right. So what does that mean? Well, let's go put this on a 3-month graph. There's a trend line from this low that happened in mid-October. This relief rally, I've been calling it a bull trap for the longest time. But does it actually have legs to keep moving? Nice up day yesterday, nice up day today. I've got a level of resistance sitting at $56.42. With this news, do we have the ability to break through that level of support? Even with that, the trend line is the trend line, and it's the tape. The tape tells me that the market is giving us the opportunities to make money. Now, let's step back a little bit. Glenn, I'm praying and speaking total health over you according to Isaiah and 1 Peter. Let's agree that you're getting well as there's power in the tongue. Thank you for that very much, Richard. I'm a man of faith, and I thank you very much for putting that out there. I really, really do. All right. So let's go to my viewers, go back to the viewers. And I'm going to go to my Glenn's Picks New. I've got 9 stocks in here. All right. Ben is right. Looks like we're waiting to see if resistance will be broken. I'm all aboard with that. I've got 9 stocks in here that I found by 3 different technical searches. And I wanted to find out the ones that met the technical criteria and that were moving up today. Notice that the majority of them are buys, a couple of holds, and 2 sells. But these all meet some technical terms. Let me show you what searches I did. YouTube, I created 3 technical searches, basic searches that you can create in VectorVest. Or if you're not a VectorVest subscriber, Patrick, that was it. That was a thing between Joey and I because it's for Thanksgiving. Because it was Thanksgiving, Patrick. That's the only reason why. Joey, didn't I tell you? Joey? Sigh. But listen, it's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hey, let's ask everybody in the room. Was that a good picture to put up Thanksgiving Eve? Type a 1 in the room if you agree.
See, we left it here.
Did we? And yeah, we did, and left your name up there and your face and everything. But on the other screen, we put the turkey. Sigh. I think that it was right for the season to do that. All right. I did show you and your picture and your name in the beginning. All right, in the beginning. But on this one, there's a turkey because it's Thanksgiving. So I created. I love you, Patrick, and I hope you're having a good. I hope you're having a good time with your family, bro. Randy says we're still in another relief rally going back to last November, December. The overall trend is still down. Many resistance levels to go through it. Randy, I don't disagree with that. But I'm thinking that with a lot of the bullish sentiment that's going around, Randy, the sentiment is pushing it. The only thing that's going to put a sense of reality on what's going on is what the Fed does. If the Fed, Randy, raises the next rate hike at 75 basis points, that's when the reality kicks in, Randy. All right, that's when the reality kicks in. But if he only raises 50 basis points, that adds more fuel to the bullishness. Does that make sense to you, Randy? Dave says, I'm so lost with this show today. Don't be lost. Don't be lost. All right. That's what I get for being late, says David. You fine, David. All right. So my first search was price greater than $2, average volume greater than 250,000 shares. I want liquidity. And I started off with an exponential moving average. The 3 and the 8 crossed within the last 2 days. I'm going to put this on to top 5. I'm going to run it. So that was my first search. I took the top 3, and I've got the search bringing back to sort by percentage price change, the ones that are moving up the most. All right, Koopa's up here, digital brands. If you look at that the wrong way, you're going to cuss. You are so going to cuss. I saw that, and I was like, oh my, but I didn't cuss. Chuck says, new to VectorVest, first training in less than an hour. Excited. Way to go, Chuck. Thank you for being here. Folks, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you like the content that's going out right now, don't forget to hit the like button as well. I hit the like button. And as I asked before, if you haven't already, please share this link with people in your social circles. So what I've done is I took the top 3 and I put them into a watch list. I did Tech 2. Tech 2 is the same pricing and volume criteria, but I was looking at support and resistance. Price retracing from support by 0.5%. So coming off support, bouncing, and that was my next search. All right. Again, I wanted simple searches. Excuse me. Celsius, Cocoa, Smart Sheet. I took these and put them in. Remember, I'm sorting by the stocks that met the criteria and that are moving up the most today. If I scroll over, I took the top 3 moving the highest. Okay. And then I did one more tech search where I combined 2 technical indicators. And you know something? Patrick did a video series on all of these indicators. You need to go back and watch if you haven't. All right. Price and volume, the same thing. This one is the MACD crossing above the signal line in the last 2 days. And then stochastics going from being oversold, moving back above 20 in the last 2 days. I ran this search and I looked at the top 5. I looked at the top 3 and put them in. That's how I got my watch list of 9 stocks. I took the top 3 from each one of those technical searches. I think that if we're in a trader's market, I wanted to capitalize on the ability to use some technical analysis to find those kinds of stocks. If that makes sense to everybody in the room, given the market's conditions that we have, type of 1. If you got totally lost on what I just said, type of 2 in the room. So the question is, does this make sense to look for these kinds of stocks in the current market's conditions? Type of 1. And again, if this went way over your head, you didn't understand what I said at all, type A2. Now, Chuck, I'm not ready to swing trade yet. Understand that these are stocks that will be susceptible to being pulled back on a down day. So these are shorter term plays as the market is giving us the opportunity to make money. MACD trading is swing trading. In this case, you're right. But in this case, even with the MACD crossover, in the days where we get couple of days to the downside, those stocks will be adversely affected. So I want to set the tone here that these are stocks that are moving up for technical purposes. But on the days where the market does pull back, for whatever the news that pulls it back, these stocks will be hurt. So that's the way I'm looking at these. Let's graph all of these. All right, so 3 different technical searches. Let's put these on one month. 3 different technical searches. Now, from a technical perspective, it's not about the fundamentals, right? So I'm going to take off earnings per share. I want to look at volume. I probably want to look at our indicator RT as well. All right, and because that tells me if the stock's in an uptrend or not. Let's go make that a little darker so you can see it. So this is a 1-month graph. This is something that Patrick likes to drink, Celsius. Well, what happened today? The stock is above, and actually I'm going to change the graph layout to more of a trade. Look at my 3 and 8s. There we go. And there's the RT, there's the volume. Big update on Celsius. Let's go check to see what the news was on it. What was the news on it? I wonder if it was an earnings play. Professional Fighters League announced multi-year deal with Celsius to become the official energy drink partner. Ta-da! It was enough to move it, and I like to move it. But prior to that, look at the 3-8 crossover. This is the reason why I really like that from a technical standpoint. The pullback, the 3 and the 8 held. The big news today, RT is above 1. I'm liking that. MACD works in trending markets, not sideways markets. I'm with you on that. But, so let's talk about that. When you talk about a trending market, do you want to call that a little bit of a trending market? All right, as I bring that up, Rick, as much as I still talk about how I feel about the market, from that low, the market is trending higher. There again, MACD, I'll work with it. MACD, I'll work with it. Chuck says, understand, I'm an experienced trader looking for a refresher. Trending right into resistance. I didn't say that it wasn't. And again, it helps to reemphasize the whole point of, even as these are more aggressive picks, if it hits that resistance and pulls back, these stocks will be adversely affected. All right. So Celsius made my list. Joey, did you take the mouse? Where's my mouse? There it is. What else is in here? CNK. You gotta love the graph on that. Bottom left, top right, big bump up on big volume, RT above 1, buy recommendation. Next one, Scholastic, bottom left, top right, big update. I'd like to see more volume, but RT has been above 1, telling you the stock's been in an uptrend for the whole month pretty much. This one's jumping back and forth a little bit. Hit a level of resistance, pulled back. Now jumped up. Watch the selling pressure on this. It's up today, but there's a lot of selling. It gapped up today. A lot of selling pressure right at a level of resistance on big volume. RT did jump above 1. Next one, FLNC, Energy Clean, new high today, good volume. RT's bumping up above 1. Stock's now back into an uptrend. Cocoa, this one pulled back, found a level of support. 3-8 cross. Again, I love looking at the 3-8s. Broke through a level of resistance, hitting a new high today. What I don't like is the lack of volume. I don't like that way. I'm with you. No doubt a short-term uptrend, says Randy. We're in a trending market. Just making sure. We haven't been sideways. That's for sure. Did you really say for sure? Did you really say for sure? Really? All right, next one. Now, I like this pick. The stock has fallen, bounced off support. The 3-8's crossing. RT is rising as the stock's priced. I like this as a retracement trade. I now look like it's getting ready to run up. It's not at a new 1-month high, but I like the move coming off support. Volume's pretty steady. RT is rising. And Mike says for shizzle. Y'all got all this Snoop Dogg going. Now, this was, I think, on the MACD one. I'm not feeling this one yet. The stock is still consolidating. I do like that the 3-8's about to cross, and once it does, the big thing for me on this stock is it's got to go above that level of the gap down. All right, so it's a couple of things that this stock has to do. RT is not there. It met one of the technical searches, but right now, I'm not feeling this one. And the last stock in the list is ATUS. Did find a level of support. The 3-8's about to cross. I do like the rise in RT. I'd like to see more volume in here as well. And I'd like to see it break through that level of the gap down. So that's one way that I want you to, some stocks. I just gave you 9 stocks to keep your eyes on from a technical standpoint. Now I'm going to do one other thing. Since people are getting into the feel that the market feels like it's trying to push a little higher, one of the other things that we like to do is to look for growth stocks. I've got a search in here specifically for growth stocks. Where is it at? YouTube, afternoon market action. Oh, got to go to Unisearch. I've got a search for growth stocks, and let me show you what it looks like. Growth stocks less than $10. Price actual greater than $1, but less than $10. Where is that at? But less than $10. Average volume greater than 250,000 shares. Relative value. So now I'm going to use some of our indicators. The stock's got good upside potential. It's got good earnings growth rate. And the shares, the sales growth rate is greater than 100. That's a good level of a growth stock. The 3-8, is that exponential? Yes, Tony, it is exponential. Gregory says, gotta go. Bird needs attention. Thank you for all your insights. You got it, my friend, and I appreciate that. Both 3-8 cross above a 20-day, 1 day ago is a good unit search. That's another one. Remember, I just gave you some simple searches. But my growth search, my growth stock search, and it's sorted by relative value times CI. Good upside potential with good price growth persistence. Let's go see what's in here. I'm going to look at the top 3. Now, actually, we'll look at all 5 of these. These are my growth stocks. These are my growth stocks. And remember, folks, I told you I was going to give you a bevy of stocks to look at to take advantage if the market continues to want to run higher. Let's right click. Let's view the stock graph. I put these on a 1 month graph as well. I'm not feeling this. This is a petroleum stock. It might have met the criteria, but when I look at the graph, I'm not liking this as a growth stock right now. The stock is still going down. All right, next one. I've liked this one. This is a lithium stock. I've made some money in this run up here. I do like the bounce off support. The 3 and 8 haven't crossed, and once it does have a level of resistance to get through at $3.53, and I do need to see more volume with that. But it met the growth stocks. Wow, look at that. I'm not feeling this either. It looks like right now I like the stocks that were returned from the technical searches more so than from the stocks being returned from the growth stocks. EPM, bounce off support, a little bit of a hammer, but no real follow through in that the 3 and 8 haven't crossed. And then I've got a level of resistance up here. And then the last stock, man, these growth stocks really are not tickling my fancy. I really am not tickling my fancy. Hope your turkey day isn't ruined. It just looks like I won't be eating for Thanksgiving. It'll be all a liquid diet, or else if not, I'll end up in the hospital for 3 days so that it can let my pancreas don't do anything for 3 days. That's why I'm trying to just do a liquid diet. All right. So with all of that being said, it looks like the stocks that I gave you from the technical searches, being that this is a trader's market, looked a lot better than the growth stocks right now. All right. Oil is trending down. That's why they aren't tickling. I hear you. Scotch is a liquid, but it's got too much sugar in it. It got too much sugar in it. I can't drink it. I'm already, pancreatitis comes from diabetes. How are you going to tell me to go drink something that's got a lot of sugar in it? I can't do that. These are going to trade on oil prices. Not good way to play this bounce. Just buy NVIDIA and AMD. Microchips, semiconductors are moving. Corey says, stay healthy. We need you at Tampa event. Yeah, I'm going to be there. Ooh-wee. I'm going to be there. All right. I'm going to give away a mug right now. I'll give away a mug. Keyword, thankful.
Turkey.
All right, keyword turkey. Keyword turkey. Keyword turkey. Keyword, I like my word better. But keyword.
I'd already put in turkey. I was going to tell you a second ago. Sorry.
All right, keyword turkey. Type it in. And we'll get somebody a mug before we leave. All right. How many of you, well, as you're typing this in, how many of you felt that today's session was right on point with the market's conditions? Type a yes in the room. How many of you feel that today's session was right on point with the market's conditions? I wanted to just talk about, what could be useful to you, but I want you guys to understand that these are trades. If this is a trader's market, we could be up a couple of days, down a couple of days, up a day, down a day, So be careful with these trades. Be careful with these trades. All right. So I missed the beginning of this live. What was the quick takeaway? The quick takeaway started off with the Fed minutes are motioning that the FOMC is getting further on board with slowing down the rate of increase on inflation, on interest rates. Hey, Glenn, did you know that I'm still in TO? No, you're not. No, you're out. You're out. I'll take you out. Cigar says you delivered under stress. So grateful to you, sir. Way to go, Marine. Yeah, I know. Joey kept giving me the opportunity. He says, do you want to do this today? I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this today. He says, you sure? I'm like, yeah. All right. So I'm glad that it was still worth your time to be here. I only got 59 likes. You know me, I like to get to 100 likes. If we get there, we do. If we don't, it's all right. Because if not, I'll have to try better next time. That's all. I'll just try better next time. And I always try to do the best that I can for you guys. All right. So I like your approach to the trends. Gotta go. Have a good day, Chuck. You Roy. Let's go look at you Roy. UROY. Joey, do we have a winner? UROY. Put it on a 1 month graph. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling gold or mining. Just I know in the VectorVest system, the Midas touch popped, but this isn't consolidation. The 3 is still above the 8. RT is going back and forth between above 1 and below 1. I'm not feeling it just quite yet. I need to see some move coming off this level of support. And it's in a really, really, really super tight channel. Randy says, Semper Fi, Maria, another great job. Thank you for that. Joey!
Benjamin.
Who won the turkey? Who won the mug?
Who won the turkey?
Yeah,
I'm
who
giving
won
away
the mug?
turkey.
I'm not giving away.
Maria won.
Maria won? Congratulations, Maria. You need to send an email. Send an email to connect@vectorvest.com. All right? Connect@vectorvest.com. Consolidation could be good. It's not bad. It's just neutral. All right? I need to see more than just neutral before I pull the trigger on it. All right. Maria, you here? Because if she's not here, I got to get another winner. Maria, you here? Oh, Maria. What is that? What is that song? You know that song. Maria is there. If it's me, yes, Maria is there. There you go. Maria, send an email. It is that Santa Maria. Santa Maria. All right. So, I think that's what it is. I know. I like that song. I just like this, trying to sing it. Congratulations for the mug. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all the people out there. Go spend some time with your loved ones and let them know that you love them. I want to give a warm, heartfelt thank you to all of you who make up VV Nation. We wouldn't be here if it were not for you. So that's all I want to say. That's all that I want to say. Joey, you want to say anything to VV Nation?
Happy Thanksgiving, VV Nation.
That's it.
Glenn, I hope you get to feeling better.
That's so nice of you, Joey. All right, so that's it for today. That's all we got. Hopefully it was worth your time to be here today, watching what the Fed Minute said, getting some anticipation of this could be some fuel to push the market higher, folks. All right, market is correct. Is only open half a day on Friday, closed tomorrow. We are closed tomorrow. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And that's all I got to say about that. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.